Oh, we're on. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your man Abs, and I'm here with my boy, Bro Crew Sports Talk, Alyx. Alyx, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, brother. Doing good. Bless, man. How you been?
All right, man. I'm over here, half sick. Taking care of the little one. She's feeling real needy right now, but Daddy's always got her, so we can't be on too long today, which is okay. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about a few things, Washington, and it's going to be great anyway. So even with my baby sick and she's waiting for Daddy to come cuddle, we going to get it done today, okay? She's good for she gave me permission for about an hour, so you got me about an hour, Alyx. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, dog. That's fine. Yeah, something going
All
around,
right.
man. One of my kids is sick, so I understand.
Okay, bro. All right. So Alyx, man, we just got done. We just got done with the Super Bowl. Did the team you pick win?
Yeah, man. I picked the Chiefs, bro. I picked the Chiefs. It was a great game. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people didn't really like it because it was somewhat of a defensive game, but man, I thought it was a hell of a game, man. Great game.
For a little bit, I really thought it was going to be a defensive MVP kind of year. Like that first half, I was like, it's going to be defensive MVP. And I was sitting there just wondering who on Kansas City was going to be the defensive MVP. And then all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes is throwing all over the damn place, bro.
Lit it up. Lit it up.
That shit was wild, man. I'm sitting there like that boy crazy. And did you see Travis Kelsey push his coach?
Bro, yeah, Andy Reid, man. Dang, yeah, I did, man. I don't even know what happened in that situation. I think he was just upset that he didn't get the ball or something. What was going on with that?
So that play that Patrick hit, what's his name on the deep, and he hit him. But in that same play, Travis Kelsey was wide open. It was like a 30
Oh
something
man,
yard pass. Travis Kelsey was like 20 yards down the field. He was
right,
wide open.
right.
Like, no lie. Any other quarterback wouldn't have made that throw. He threw it in between like two or three people and made that shit. But and you can argue, you can sit there and argue and be like, look, why you throw it to this man that has like three people on him in that wide open Travis Kelsey, your boy, your dog, your man's
Yeah,
is
yeah.
wide open and you can't even throw it to, you didn't even look his way. It was, I don't know. I like, thank God he caught it because he probably would have lost his shit. If he didn't catch it, like he would have lost his shit even more on that.
Yeah, man. I think the Chiefs, man. Right now, we as fans, right now, we looking at greatness, man. You know what I'm saying? Between Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, these two duos, they definitely gonna go in the Hall of Fame. Um,
Um,
probably the best duos in the NFL, or at least one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're just incredible. It's Tom Brady and Gronk. You know what I mean? But possibly even better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad we get to see it. You know what I mean?
man, I'm sitting there like I love them together. And there's talk about Travis Kelsey being traded this season. I haven't looked into it and whether it be a good situation for Kansas City to do that.
Mm,
He is coming towards the end of his career. He's like 30 plus. So
yeah.
that yeah, that might need to happen. That might need to happen soon. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Do you all want return on investment and Adam Peters to bring Chase Young back? Return on what investment?
I guess the Chase Young, because he gonna hit free agency. So do we want him back? That's the question. Would you want him back, Ed?
Uh, Chase Young. Man. Honestly, unless it's team friendly, you know what I'm saying, or a 1 year deal, like you get what I mean. Like, and if he's gonna follow what the defense says, then I'm all about it. You know what I'm saying? I still got a Chase Young jersey that I need that dude to sign. So, you know what I mean? Oh, I didn't tell you.
Yeah.
I got Chase Young jersey, Redskins jersey. not
Ooh.
football team,
Football team, yeah.
Redskins. Not
Yeah,
football
yeah.
team, Redskins jersey.
Yeah,
It's
that's dope.
legit one of a kind, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I need that dude to sign my shit, bro.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I got a Chase Young, the football team. You know, I got that, man. His rookie year, I was excited. I thought this was gonna be the next big thing for us, man. But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If we got a chance to sign him, I think the only time he played like I actually saw him play like Chase Young, like his rookie year, was in that Super Bowl. If he can do that 17 games, then absolutely I would sign him. But like you said, a 1 year deal, yeah, I would take it. But I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I don't want him, man. I mean, just the type of person that he's shown us, man. It's just I wouldn't sign him to a big deal. But Ab, like you said, that 1 year, I'll definitely do it. But he has to give me what he gave me, what we saw in the Super Bowl. What you think, Ab? Your mic off, Ab. Your mic off.
My bad. He be taking plays off. Like what like honestly, like you're on the field, you know what I'm saying? And you can't be taking plays off. And no offense, but there's probably better we could sign out there. You know what I mean? Like I like Chase Young, but like we could probably find someone out there in free agency and pay them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we do have the cap room, and honestly, defensive end, like that's what people don't understand. They think we need to address everything in the draft, but nah, we could address some players in free agency,
That's right.
and one of them
That's right.
most likely should be defensive end. So, and that's and especially if we do what I think we should do in trading Jonathan Allen. So, like I said, we could probably find better, bro.
Yeah, we definitely talked about that, man. But I think that DN coming out of Carolina, bro. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? The dude coming out of Carolina. I think he might hit free agency unless Carolina franchise tag him, but I can't think of his name, man.
Oh, Brian Burns.
Yeah, that's a bad boy right there. I wouldn't mind grabbing that dude.
Like I don't know. I kind of like he is bad, but like I don't know. He's kind of like what do you call it?
The 3-4.
Like everybody wants him, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is going to want him, and like he has a commodity name. Like you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows about him, and his price is going to be up because of his name. You know?
Yeah.
But unless he fits with the scheme, I'm all about players that fit the scheme. You know what I mean? So give me somebody less that's going to play double harder and play within the scheme. Like I'm all about that, man. So and tell the truth, we don't even know what the scheme is. We don't. So, like there's like what else to do, you know?
Right. And that's that's a big thing. What we came to talk about was our defensive coordinator, man. What's his name? Joe Witt Jr.
Joe Witt Jr. That leads us into our next topic then. Okay, Joe Witt Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, what are you thinking about him, man?
I see. I looked him up, man. He's definitely been a lot of defense, man. Cornerback coach to assistant defensive back coach, another cornerback coach. He was a coach for Atlanta, Green Bay Packers. Defensive side. So this and in Cleveland, pass game coordinator. Dallas, when he was with Dallas, he was the pass game coordinator. Same thing with the secondary. So this is his first year with being a defensive coordinator with us. Dan Quinn brought him in. So what I see, man, especially through that interview, him talking about, bringing bodies, like we're gonna have some dogs back there putting bodies on bodies and hitting people and everything. I love it. I'm ready to see it, man. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of our coaches have said this and said that, and you know how it is, Ab, but we ain't really seen it on the field. So, I'm definitely ready for it. I see a lot of Dan Quinn in this guy, man. Him and Dan Quinn, they real close. And you saw what Dan Quinn as a defense coordinator did for Dallas. Dallas a few years back was one of the worst defenses, probably in their franchise history. And then, Dan Quinn comes in there and makes them a top 10, top 5. So, with this dude, Joe, obviously I feel like he's gonna follow under Quinn's footsteps, man. And I think we're gonna be all right. The main question is our corners. You know what I mean? Emmanuel Forbes, man, will he be able to fix him? A lot of people were trying to say that he was a bust. We don't know yet. He's a question mark, but will he fix him? Will he fix St. Juice? These cornerbacks were getting burnt bad, so I'm definitely ready to see it, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens.
Me too. Don't forget that, man, just don't forget we got Fuller leaving in free agency, and we got what's his name? The safety.
Cameron Curl.
Curl. We got Curl potentially a free agent also. And I think he might get franchise tag for real, which would be like 20 million. That's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know, man. On the safety, yeah, I just don't know about that. So that's the type of stuff that that he needs to figure out. This team needs to figure out because we are severely depleted. I think once they got in, I think they should have told Forbes, boy, you need to eat protein. You need to put some weight on. Like you need to, like, honestly, this off season, blah, blah, that's step one. And that is for real, because these wide receivers you're going against, they got easily got 40 pounds on this man. Yeah. 40 pounds.
That's right.
That's not that's insane, man. That is insane. I don't care how good you are. If you can't muscle with them, you're just going to get played, man. Like you might as well just be a safety back there. They like that. That's for real. Like you shouldn't even be playing on no wide receiver. And so that's what Forbes' issue is. And to me, I wouldn't be surprised if we look for cornerback help, because there's like 2 corners I want to say in free agency that will be good additions to our team if we could jump on them, if they can come in and do some work.
Who are they?
There's one coming out of Chicago, Johnson, I believe, but they might franchise tag him. No lie on there. There's another one I just can't remember right now. So, and then Green Bay might be getting like, I just be listening to stuff. Green Bay might be getting rid of Alexander, so that might be something too. So,
right.
We can, like, and for real, if we trade Jonathan Allen, this just how I think. If we trade Jonathan Allen, get extra picks, high pick, we could essentially trade for somebody else's player also instead of drafting a player. So anything's possible,
Absolutely, bro.
But nah, that's just how I think. They need to find different ways to do stuff and get us players, man, because I know we talked about it before. We don't need to be great all at once, but we need to move the barometer just a little bit better. We need to do more than just 3 wins that we had, 3 wins we had. So that's all I'm looking for. Something a little bit better, maybe 6 wins, but we need to and start playing more like a team. And that's what matters to me, bro.
Yeah, man. Bro, I've been I follow Emmanuel Forbes on Instagram. And again, this is off season, whatever he wants to do, definitely enjoy it as a player. But like you said, man, I think he needs to eat more, lift more. But it is off season. It just started. But man, I mean, I've seen him just really partying and doing, what he wants to do, which I ain't down to no man for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was an NFL player, I'm pretty sure that's all he did was work out and do this and do that. So, whatever he does on his own time, enjoy yourself. But yeah, man, he definitely needs to. I mean, every video I wish I could see when he posts something, man. It should be a cheeseburger, a hamburger. He about to eat something because the boy need to gain weight. He's
Yeah,
small,
man.
man. He's small, man. I went to the training camp and met that dude, man, and took a picture with him, man. But I ain't know he was gonna be that skinny, bro. He's small, bro.
I just know what was he like? What they say, 160 something? Like he was like 160 something, bro. You know, I remember when I was in 10th grade too. You know, so so like that should be crazy, bro, man. Like that's for real. That was literally almost my wrestling weight. That was my wrestling weight in high school, bro. So that's just insane to me, man.
Bro.
But young guy, young kid,
you right?
First contract. Like honestly, we can't expect any different. Like he got all that money, you know what I'm saying? Like he's going to enjoy his life a little bit, but as a professional and me as a fan, I would love him as a professional, me as a fan. I would love to see him just take the off season seriously, like especially the way he got bitched up. And that there's no nice way of saying how he played. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got bitched like in the season. You know what I mean? So there's no nice way of saying that. And like to me, that would hit me different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would hit me different. And to me, I would be like, look, I need to do more. And to me, and I know there's growth in there. You have to have a little bit of growth in order for that to accomplish that, to be able to see that. But and like I said, he's a young man, so hopefully it'll come sooner than later. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's what it goes back to. Joe Witt or Joe Watt. Joe Witt. Can he get this guy right? You know what I'm saying? Because his history shows that he's been a defensive back coach. So I'm excited, man. I think he'll get him right. You know what I'm saying? And if we just add a couple more, maybe 2 more in the draft, or like you said in free agency, yeah, I think we'll be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? And it all depends if they switch, because right now we're 4-3. So unless he switches it to a 3-4, who knows what's gonna happen? Yo, Ab. Oh man, we might have lost this, man.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to move something real quick.
Oh yeah, you good, bro. You good.
So yeah, Joe Witt has a job. Okay, he has a job to do, and it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? To me, like he like I think that interview really got some people pumped, got the players pumped, got the team pumped, and so hopefully, what's his name? Joe Harris, is that his name? Joe Harris, the owner.
Yeah, Josh Harris.
Josh Harris, got it. Josh Harris and Magic, they give him the players he needs in order to accomplish whatever he said. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
That's essentially what I'm hoping for. Because it's very hard. I know Rivera, he had a lot on his plate and everything like that, but some of the times I think he was just bargaining on players. You know what I'm saying? Like going to the bargain bin, and I like, you know what I'm saying, which I understand. But sometimes, like, I don't know, it's just a lot. It was just a bunch of crap that he kept bringing in and wasn't working, So
right.
I'd like to see something different. I'm not saying I need the best player, but I don't need the bargain bin players either. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right. So look here, Joe Witt, you hear us? The light-skinned brothers. We think you got a job and you need to step up and do that shit, okay? We're watching you, bro. We watching you, man, okay? We hope you got it. We rooting for you, bro. So come on. Give us something, okay?
Yeah. Give us a top 5, a top 10 defense. That's what we need.
That's what we need, man, okay? Keep this team going. All right, move on to the next subject, drafted quarterback. Look, I could talk this every week. I'm trying to tell you, like, I could talk this shit every week, man. So, look, we're going to talk about drafting quarterback. We got 3 in mind: Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jalen Daniels. Bro, like, which one you want to talk about first?
Let's go ahead and talk about Caleb Williams because I mean it seems like it's a match. You know what I mean? Match in heaven.
Everybody is saying we're doing Caleb Williams. Everybody's talking that way. He grew up in Bowie. He went to high school in Bowie, a few miles from DC. And like, you know, we love our home, like we love our homebody boys, you know what I'm saying? Like we love that shit. And the last one we got was Chase Young, you know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
You know that's like that does something to us. That makes us want to do more. But to me, I think we kind of got bit in the ass by Chase Young too. You know what I mean? So is that something that we want to create again with getting Caleb Williams? Especially, we're going to have to give up, it seems like, an RG3 ransom in order to do it. Is that worth it, bro?
Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. No, I think we should stay at 2. I mean, even, you know, what we gave for RG3, bro, there's rumors, and I don't know how big this is, but they even trying to say that we have to give up even more just to move up one spot. I think that's insane. If anybody, we need to just stay put. You know what I mean? It's just insane how much we have to move up one spot. We shouldn't have to get rid. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We should not have to get rid of a first. We shouldn't to move up one spot. It ain't like we had number 8 or number 10 or 15. Right. You know what I'm saying? We had number 2 just to move up. You know what I mean? Because all they got to do is go right to 2. You know, they got to. You know what I mean? So hell no. You stay right where you at. You don't go crazy with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's insane, bro, to get rid of a whole lot of these firsts. And people are saying that. Like they're saying that we would have to get rid of, you know, a boatload of picks and a lot of firsts just to move up one spot for Caleb Williams. Man, bro, Ab, that's crazy. What you think, dog? Would you move?
Bruh, hell no, man. Dude, I'm trying to tell you, like, especially, and to me, I'm sitting here just like, nah, man, that doesn't even seem right. Seem feasible. Like, you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? They doing and asking for way too much, and that's just not necessary, man. Like, I think people are desperate enough to just jump up in there and grab this man. So, answering the question for Sean real quick. Sean, Haskins was from Maryland, moved to Maryland, Potomac, Maryland, and he he did Bullis School. I never heard of it, but yeah, what I said earlier, Sean, was the last player to do it. So it was Chase Young. So Chase Young did grow up in the area, but you're right. Haskins did also. Again, that means what I said was double right. We got bit in the ass twice. So
yeah. We got beat. Yeah.
That just means we just got bit in the ass twice. And it's a shame, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it almost gives these players like a power to be in their own hometown. And I don't know if it happens to other players when they go back home or anything like that, but just here, I don't know what it is. It's like they don't play the best football here. And I don't know if that's us, we get too behind these guys or what. Like maybe they're like, look, I can't do no wrong in this place. Do you think that may be something that they think about when they come here?
Well, the question that we have to ask is it the hometown curse or is it the coaching that are coaching these players? And that's what I think it is. I don't even think it's the hometown curse. I just think when it came to Haskins, you remember Jay Gruden didn't want Haskins. You remember that. So he really didn't have the big support with the head coach. The only big support he had was Dan Snyder. You see what I'm saying? So, and he wasn't ready. Jay Gruden was right about that. Haskins was not ready. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't really have the best support around him when he came to Washington. And then when it comes to Chase Young, again, you know, he our defensive coordinator was help me out, Ab. What was our defensive coordinator? Who was the guy? Who was the who was the one that got
Joe
fired this year?
Barry or something?
Nah, not Joe Barry. For Ron Rivera. Who was
Oh,
the
for Ron Rivera. Uh, why can't?
Yeah, help us out, Sean. I can't even think of his name because remember he got fired midway through season.
Yeah, but the question, okay, so I don't know if you remember when Haskin was ranked a top 5 player.
Yeah,
he was ranked no top 5, like top
yeah.
the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth pick.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he was ranked, like people really thought he was going to be drafted like in the top 5, and he fell all the way down to what were we 15 or so when we drafted him.
Yeah, 15. A lot of people thought he was going to go with the Giants, but Daniel Jones went to the Giants. Yeah.
So that right there, that to me, I think any owner, especially when we're in need, and we just got didn't Alex Smith just get hurt?
Yeah.
So we were a quarterback needy team. So I think anybody would have jumped on Haskins. You know what I mean? Would have jumped on Haskins at that moment. Like, so I don't really fault them for jumping on Haskins. And I really don't fault them for drafting Chase Young, because Chase Young was that generational player that everyone thought he was going to just join our defense and just wreck shop. Like everyone really just thought that and take over. And rookie year, it seemed like he was getting there, but the off season, he's doing the same thing as Forbes is doing. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if Forbes is like, look, I'm going to do my own thing in OTAs and like volunteer OTAs and shit. So like, to me, it's like, that's the stuff that if you're serious about football, you come in and you join the team, because you can't do it by yourself. You can't do this game by yourself. That's why I always, like, you'll hear me say this a dozen times more, bro. But that win-loss record that's always on quarterbacks is the most dumb record that can, it's the dumbest stat that they can ever have, because it's not just the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's not just the quarterback winning and losing. It's all 20. It's the whole team. It's the whole team together, how they play together and everything like that. If this was MMA, win-loss records all the time. Wrestling, win-loss record on that one player, on that one wrestler, one MMA fighter all day. But for a quarterback, no. Head coach, maybe. Head coach, you could say that about, you know what I'm saying? But quarterback, nah.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that. And that's what I think about when it comes to, going back to, the Chase Young situation. I just think, Ab, you know how it is, man. And we got to talk about this because, even though we talk about these players and we hype on these guys, we also need to remember that we older than these guys, man. They young guys. So, you got these young guys that are making all this money. When you have a young fella like that with all this money, they feel like they can do whatever on top of this world. When we had training camp, you remember Chase Young didn't go to our training camp. He went to do commercials and doing all this and stuff like that. And again, Ron Rivera seemed like he was cool with that. With these young guys in the building, they got to have the right leader to push them. And I don't think Haskins had the right leader, and I don't think Chase. So when they come to their hometown, it's a beautiful story, and we hype for it. But if they don't have the right leader, and that's what it comes to back down to Caleb Williams. Yes, it seems like it's a match. It's perfect match. But is he going to have the right leader? And Cliff Kingsbury, will he lead him and make him do the right things? Because everybody keeps talking about he's a bust, off the field issues, this and that. He did that in college. Is Cliff Kingsbury going to get him right since he's the offensive coordinator? If he comes to Washington, listen, we need you to be a leader of men. That's what it is. I mean, you asking a guy that's 21, 22, so, sometimes 23, 23 years old, you asking these guys with a whole lot of money, and hey, are you going to be a leader of men? And if they ain't got that right mindset, then they're not going to work as hard as they need to, and this and that. That's the difference between Pat Mahomes. Look at him. I mean, when he was young, 20-something early in his career. Bro, he had one vision and he kept going with it. I mean, he stayed in the film room. You know what I mean? Like, he worked his butt off. You know, that's what makes him great. But also, obviously he could throw in this. I mean, that's God-given talent. So, but just got to have the right leader. And do you think that's Caleb Williams will have the right leader in Cliff Kingsbury?
I don't know, man. Like, it's especially young-minded people. Like, you can't tell me to come volunteer, and it says it in the title. You know what I mean? You can't expect me to be here on volunteer OTAs or whatnot, or volunteer minicamp. So it's not so much as having the right leader to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to want to. You know what I mean? And so like they have to want to. And to me, it's like Chase Young, just like Chase Young, he didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you have to get that mentality. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a mentality thing myself. Sean says, I want to see these coaches hold these players accountable. Shit, me too, Sean. Shit. Like I think that's what Chase Young's issue was. He wasn't held accountable for shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, lazy hands, like leaving his containment. Like, he even did it in San Francisco. He didn't contain at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you saw it, but they did that one play, and Chase Young just watched the guy jump into the end zone. Like, he pursued it, and he got to the spot, and he just watched the guy just jog, like just scurry into the end zone, and he could have made a play. It just he takes shit off, man. Like, I don't know, man. It's a mentality thing. It really is. Like, I don't know. I probably wouldn't be shit too if you pay me money all up front. And then I probably wouldn't be shit either. So, I mean, I'm really not dogging you too bad, Chase Young, but shit, I need my team to do better if you're going to come back, bro.
Well, that comes with a lot of players. You know, that you see them in their rookie contract deal, they work their butt off until they make a whole lot of money. They ease off and relax. But I mean, that happens, and that's what I think, and that's what I'm going back to. You know, the leadership. Ron was, no disrespect to Ron. I think the players respected him and everything, but again, he was a laid back coach. You know, the man was going. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he was a hard nosed coach, better at Carolina than when he came here. I mean, you remember he was fighting through cancer, right?
And his mama died.
And his mom died, and then COVID and all this. You know what I mean? It was tough on the man. You know what I'm saying? I respect him, but again, I just think that he had the locker room. Everybody was laid back. It was chill. When Eric Bieniemy came in there and yelled at these guys or whatever he did, I don't know if he said it with disrespect or anything, but if he really got on these guys, you know, the hard-nosed way, and the guys came back to Ron and was like, hey, man, this guy, you know, he a little, it's like, man, Eric Bieniemy was like, look, this is what we did in Kansas City. You know, this is what championship teams are for. Like, what's going on here in Washington? So,
but just to build on that, there was a clip with Ron in Carolina, and this dude was cussing the whole team out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting there like, that's the intensity that needs to be on this team. And then all of a sudden he gets here, and it's nowhere.
Nope.
Nowhere. And then you bring in a tough ass like Bieniemy, and everyone's like, ouch. You're yelling at me too hard. Ouch. Nigga, what? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, this is football, man.
Hey, man, is a fool. Hey, that was crazy.
What? When I heard that, man, I was so hot. I was hot, man. Come on, bro. So, Sean, I want these guys accountable too. I want, if they miss something, take their ass off the field type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Sean, I don't know if you know this, Alex, me and Sean played football together in high school. In high school, you didn't do your job, your ass was on the sideline, bro. Like, no questions about it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like you, and that's how it should be. That is how it
Yep.
should be.
That's
You
right.
do
That's
something
right.
messed up. You get a personal foul. Get your ass off the field. You know what I'm saying? Take a quarter to think about it. You know what I mean? Like,
That's right. That's right.
let it affect your pockets a little bit. Then maybe you'll play right next time.
That's
But
right.
guys struggle.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Because
Hello?
they around on the whole partners, but now they got money. Yeah, the guys struggle at home because they're around all they put. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely, Sean. I agree with you, and that's what I think about. I think when it comes to Chase Young, he got big headed. He got big headed. He thought he was bigger than who he was, and he eased off on his potential. I mean, bro, if somebody was hyping you up and saying that you were gonna be the next big thing and this and that and blah blah, then you get money in your pocket, man, you're gonna be like, man, you know what? And my coach is laid back. Man, this ain't nothing to me, man. I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna work and do this, but I'm not gonna, I'm not. I don't care what people say. I'm just gonna do my thing, man. And that's what I hope Dan Quinn and this new Joe Watt Jr. whatever, new defense coordinator. I hope they stay on these guys' toes, man. Because everybody keeps saying that Dan Quinn is that guy. He's cool, he's laid back, and he's chill. You know what I mean? And players respect him. He's that type of guy. He could be your friend, he could be your brother, and all this stuff. So I just hope I'm liking this move more when it comes to this coaching staff, because when we had Ron, he really controlled it all. Dan Quinn can just be a coach. Our owner, I'm sorry, our GM Adam Peters, he could just focus on the mind situation, the brain situation of everything. But Dan Quinn can be the coach and just focus on that. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely excited. But yeah, when it comes back to Caleb Williams, I think he will be more successful in Washington than Chicago.
Okay.
I think with Cliff Kingsbury it will work out. My bad. Go ahead, Ab.
No, you straight. One more thing to touch on why Chase Young didn't work here. It's also on the team. The team was complacent with their defensive ends, and Chase Young did not have anybody behind him. Chase Young was just like, I'm gonna be here, and there's no one better than me here other than Sweat, Montez Sweat.
Right.
So I'm gonna be a starter regardless whether they like it or not, because there's no one else behind me. And they didn't even try to push that until they drafted KJ Henry. KJ Henry in the 5th round last year.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. KJ Henry. Yep, yes, sir.
And that's too late anyway. You know what I mean? They should have in 5th round. That's not pushing anybody, and nothing against KJ Henry, but that's not pushing anybody. That's not scaring anybody. You need to get a defensive, like Ron should have, like last year with one of those 3rd round picks. Got one, you know what I'm saying? Got a defensive end, like be like, look, he on your ass now. Like you need to do something, because that's exactly what happened when Deron Payne, you know what I'm saying? Like we were about to walk on Deron Payne, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, you know what I'm saying? Then we drafted some old boy in the 2nd round, and now and then he all of a sudden he has a Pro Bowl year. Bro, come on, man. It was also his franchise year too, but still. He balled his ass off after that. So that's just something. If a player's not doing their job, we need to find somebody and put them behind them real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, he scares me, because I really feel that, just like Sean said, he's going to fall into being around his dudes around here, and it's going to be complacent, and he's going to be the next biggest thing. He's going to have that RG3 hype, and it's going to be dumb, bro. It's going to be real, real dumb. All right. Yeah. Sean said, we also have to remember that Caleb Williams went back to USC after winning the Heisman. That made him a god at one of the most prestigious colleges in the country. He was a media giant with a microscope on him. So that right there, Sean, you're right. Um, and it's just going to be even worse when he comes here. It's going to be even more ridiculous when he comes here.
You think so?
Yeah, he'll be making more money. And it's just going to be just crazy. It like, you know what I'm saying? It's something about just being in your hometown, man. I really do feel that way. I think it's just something about being in your hometown that makes you act different. You know what I mean?
Right,
Just
right.
like
That's what I was saying. Like if they do come to this hometown, you're right about that. I do feel like they possibly will act different, but they got to have the right leaders. If we don't have the right leaders, bro, I mean, who knows? Cliff Kingsbury is the right leader. He might not be. If you really think about it, if he did that in college, Cliff Kingsbury was his quarterback coach. So I mean, if it didn't work out in college, what do you think Cliff Kingsbury is going to do with us to try to help him out? Might not even be able to help him out. So hey, let the Bears take it. You know what I mean?
I meant to say this earlier too. Kingsbury, like to me, because even with Kyler Murray, he just seemed like he was like they were chummy, you know what I mean? Like they were equals and stuff like that. Nah, man, you need to know the pecking order. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, like I don't think that's you can't there's leadership but they need to know the pecking order. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be friend-ish, but you can't sit there and be friendly and it muddles the waters. Like, you know what I'm saying? And to me, I think that's what's going to happen if we get Caleb Williams. And because no offense, Kingsbury, he just doesn't seem like that dominant type to enforce that into a player, especially a star player. You get what I mean?
Right. I'm glad you said that about Cliff and Murray, Kyle Murray. Bro, he let Kyle Murray. I mean, didn't you see when they was on the field sometimes and Kyle Murray was like doing his own thing and coming back and cussing at Cliff Kingsbury? So, I mean, you're right, man. Cliff Kingsbury, if like we just talked about, if Caleb Williams doing that in college, bro, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is going to be able to save him. So, especially with Murray and that history that they had, man, they had a little back and forth history, man. So, and he's still stuck with him. You remember that, like Murray was like cussing, and people were trying to say that like the game is not really he ain't really worried about it. He's so talented, he could care less. He goes home and plays video games and all this, and Cliff was like, man, he was trying to get him to be that leader of men and dogs, and stop, get this child about you, man. And Murray was just like, you know what? I'm the best one on the field. Let me do what I do. Yeah, you're right, man. I don't think it might not be a match if he come to Washington. You're right. Let the Bears take it.
And it got his ass fired.
Right.
It got his ass fired. You know what I mean? Like he was like literally Murray was like, I don't like this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? And literally the next year, he gone.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, like if he doesn't want a replay of that shit, some deja vu of that shit, he gonna need to change his ways real quick.
Absolutely. Now, what do you think about Drake May? You think that's a perfect match in heaven?
So I like Drake May. I'm gonna say that I do like Drake May. I like the prototype he is. You know what I mean? I honestly like the prototype. You're welcome, baby. I like the prototype he is, the big quarterback. I've always felt that that's what we needed for this team. Got some legs on him a little bit, but but honestly, I like that. I'll tell you what I don't like about him. I don't like that he is training with that bum Eli Manning. No. No, you're not feeling well, baby. So I don't like that he's trained with that bum Eli Manning. I don't want none of Eli Manning, none of his issues at all to be adopted to Drake May. I really, really, really don't. So I'm like, you are the second. You're like almost. You could probably be arguably the number one pick, and you're training with Eli Manning.
I saw that. I saw that.
I know we just met and everything like that, but I have so much issues with Eli Manning. It ain't even funny. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it just makes me feel like this is if he does that, he's just another Daniel Jones. So what do you think, man? Like to me, I like him. I like how he played in college, but to me, bro, like I really do not like that he's training with Eli Manning. Like I like how clutch Eli Manning was, but he was not good to me, bro. Like he was not really good at all. Like he was a 500 quarterback. Like it's literally a 500 quarterback. This shit is awful.
Well, him, with Eli Manning, Eli Manning, I feel like knows the game. Definitely knows the game, like his brother. I think obviously Peyton Manning. I'm a big fan of Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning was way better than his brother. But nah, it doesn't really concern me too much. When it comes to Drake May, talking to him and working that out. But I don't know, man. I like Drake May. The question is he gonna be Sam Howell? Like, is it gonna be like what Sam Howell did? I think he will do. I think he is better than Sam. I've been watching more and more of his tape, the good and bad. And you said it, man. I said this, I think, a few weeks ago, that I think Drake May is something of Daniel Jones, but better. But now when I'm watching him and I keep watching him and looking at him, he's definitely better than Daniel Jones. I would have to compare him to Justin Herbert a little bit. Man, I mean, he can make every throw. He is somewhat inaccurate and more accurate than inaccurate, but he can move also. He has good pocket awareness. I really like him. I think for longevity and the safest pick, I would do this. But it's just, how do you feel that Drake May and from North Carolina and Sam Howell from North Carolina? I mean, do you think that will? I mean, will that mess up anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're both.
That'd be fucked up, bro. Because Sam Howell.
It would.
Sam Howell was starting over him for a bit. You know what I mean? So that's not cool at all. So I was sitting there just like, to me, I'd be like, this is Sam Howell if I was Sam Howell.
Yeah.
I'd be ready to hurt somebody, bro.
Hey, it's like that face with RG3 and Kirk Cousins. Remember that RG3? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Bro, dude, I would be like, to me, Sam Howell, I'd be like hiding in the bushes on some Tanya Harding shit. Like, it would like, it'd be that serious with me. Like, so now was it the grasshopper becomes the teacher kind of thing? Like, dude,
right.
Oh my gosh, that shit is fucked up. So I don't know, bro. To me, I think that they played with each other for a while, and if they can keep it professional, they could even train with each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
They were out watching basketball together recently. So, bro, if they can have that camaraderie, I would love to see that. I would love for them to grow off each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've said it before, Sam Howell is good, bro. I really think he's good. I agree with you. I think Drake May is better, though, and probably more fit to play quarterback than Sam Howell. Like, I think he's ready to go now. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, and to me, Sam Howell is a good quarterback. I just think he may need a little bit more time. I don't know if that's the issue, like, but he would be a good backup. Like, he's a perfect backup. Like, I'm not, and that's not the shit on some teams. He'll probably be a good starter, but I think he will be a good backup, and that is okay. It's fine. It's just whether he can play backup to Drake May is what the issue may be.
Right. Yeah, you nailed it, man. And that's what I'm just like. Oh man, it kind of sucks that Sam Howell was really helping this guy and everything, and it's like, man, you about to come to Washington and take my job. You know what I mean? So yeah, but like you said it, man. Is Drake May better than Sam Howell? I think so. I think Drake May can work with less and still be successful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I would definitely take Drake May number 2, longevity. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I mean, is that your pick? Would you take him over? Would you take Drake May over Daniels? That's the big question.
Jaden Daniels is the backup. I'm sorry, not backup, but the wild card in this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we'll talk about this next week because that'll be one of my topics is do these quarterbacks have to attend the combine? And we'll talk about that next week. We can put that on the roster for next week. But if I think Jaden Daniels, so let's put this out there. If Jaden Daniels goes to the combine and has Lamar Jackson type numbers like we think and know he can, right, and Caleb Williams thinks he's just perfect at number 1, I think Jaden Daniels may have a chance to jump to number 1. That's the wild card that I feel. I really feel that. I really feel it in my bones. Jaden Daniels has a chance to be number 1 if he shows the hell out in the combine, and I have a feeling that might happen. And Jaden Daniels is nice. I like every throw he throws. He's able to throw all over the field. He's got them legs. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I just get a little every time he runs out of the pocket, every time he runs down the field, I'm like,
You're on the edge of your seat.
he runs, and it kind of looks like he runs tall too. You know what I mean? That just too much area to get hurt. So look, honestly, I like him, and I like him to be number 1 if he shows out in the combine. Just mark my words. If he shows out in the combine, Caleb Williams sits the combine because he thinks he's locked in at number 1. Jaden Daniels might take that number 1 spot. Coming for the number 1 spot.
Yeah. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, and this is my take on it when it comes to Jaden Daniels. With longevity, but when it comes to Jaden Daniels, I do not think that we will pass up on him just because of the high ceiling that this man has. And you still there? But okay. Yeah, I just think that we're not going to pass up on him, dog. I just think that he's just that good, with what he does. He has a higher ceiling than Drake May. Drake May seemed like the perfect pick and the safest pick, longevity wise. But when it comes to Jaden Daniels, when we're at number 2, I got a big feeling that we're not going to pick Drake May, because I feel like they're going to probably think that, yeah, Drake May, he's not Sam Howell. He might be a little bit better than Sam Howell, but we already got that pocket awareness type guy. We want somebody that, that brings the excitement, that brings the electrifying plays. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't feel like we're going to pass up on him. I got a feeling that we will be getting Jaden Daniels. I mean, like you said, with the deep ball passes and the movement, I want him to look down the field when he does drop his head and run. I would love for him to look down the field more, because when you watch his film, right when he takes off, dog, he doesn't look down the field. He just goes, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. But there are fans trying to say that, yo, man, he's the next RG3 and this and that. RG3 had track speed. I want people to understand that. He ran straight, and he could kill you with speed. He didn't have the juke moves like Lamar and Michael Vick and all these guys. Jaden Daniels has that. He has the movement and all that. Now, him being as tall as he is and seeing over the lineman, I love it. Now, he is a little skinnier than normal, though. He looks a little thin. That's what kind of scares me too. Longevity, bro. As Washington fans, we want longevity in a quarterback, and can he be that? And that's what I'm afraid about. Like you said, man, you're on your seat. Just really scared when every time he runs, and it's like, man, he took a lot of hits in college. So it's like, can he take a lot of hits in the NFL? And that's the only thing I'm scared about. But I feel like Cliff Kingsbury, if he feels like he can help this guy and mold him to be, a good quarterback in his scheme, then I'm all with it. But I just do not feel like they're going to pass up on it. He's just that good of a high ceiling guy that it's just like, they got to get him. You know what I mean? So I think Jaden Daniels coming to Washington, dog. I really do.
Well, it's cool, bro. Like, honestly, to me, and it also depends on how much work we put in on our offensive line. Free agency is coming up. I don't see any like hot offensive linemen really to be jumping out. That really jumps out at me. To me, I think we need 4 new starters, at least 4 new starters. So it just depends on, like, to me, it really depends on the offensive line that they create around Cosme and how they move forward with that, because that will be a telltale sign. If they get some like stud offensive linemen, like in free agency, like a good left tackle, good right tackle, you know what I mean? If they do something like that, that may be the telling sign on which quarterback we're going to pick up, you know what I'm saying? But if they barely touch offensive line in free agency, that's a telling sign that Jaden Daniels might be our pick too. So that's my little input in it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think we need at least 4 offensive linemen, new starters. So what do you think, bro?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And to be honest with you, it all depends on who's out there in free agency. It all depends on if we are with our second pick, are we going to go offensive lineman and who's there? But to be honest with you, remember me and you talked about that Charles Leno will probably get cut. But to be honest with you, man, if there ain't nobody really out there, you might as well go ahead and keep the man. I think he's making about ain't he making about 12 mil this year or something like that. So they might just have to keep Charles Leno. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it all depends on who we pick, because if the same guys, maybe one guy might be gone or maybe 2, but you're right. If you see the veterans still there, man, you might as well say we might get Jaden Daniels, man, because they know that he can run around. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty sad that he has to run around and escape the pocket a lot. I hope he doesn't have to do that, because again, even though Jaden Daniels has that type of movement, every quarterback that comes out of college that has that type of movement and that type of speed, not every quarterback is like Lamar. People need to understand that. Just because you see that in college and everything, they're not Lamar. Jaden Daniels might come out and look like Malik Willis. Okay, so people just need to slow down and pump their brakes and be like, yo, he's the next big thing and this and that. All right. You've seen what Lamar has done in the NFL. He makes it to the playoffs, a hell of a talent. You know what I mean? But again, he needs to use his legs. In that playoff game, they try to make him a pocket quarterback, and that's all he did was throw. And that was not his game. They should have stuck with the run. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I hope when we get Jaden Daniels. I hope they can work out his arm more, because he does have the deep ball. I see all that. You know what I mean? And he runs very well and all this. And he can take hits, though. He took a lot of hits in college, but can he do that in the NFL? And that's why I just hope that he just doesn't run around all over the place like RG3 did. Remember, RG3 was terrible at sliding. And it's just like, man, I just don't want to mess this up. Longevity is the key when it comes to quarterbacks. We have not had a quarterback for a long time. When was the last time we had a franchise guy, man? You know what I mean? So I don't want us to mess this up for Jaden Daniels either. I don't want him to come here and be like, oh man, Washington is going to ruin your career. You know what I mean? So I just hope we got the right coaches to help this guy in the right scheme and everything.
Nah, I agree with you. I'm the same way. Longevity is important all the way, and it needs to be number one in how we pick this pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's, and that's why I say Drake May. And that's my only point. Longevity, I think he's the best cat for it,
Right.
especially pocket wise. Thing about Jaden Daniels, I don't think he goes like his progressions. I don't like his progressions too much. I think he's too quick to run. So, but I
Mm,
love how he plays still. I really do.
yeah,
So we will see, bro. We will see, right?
absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I agree 100% with you, man. It's definitely gonna be a hard pick. I'm just glad I'm not the coach to pick it. Because I'll be scared to pick it because I don't want to mess up. Dog, I don't want to mess up, man. You know, we're at number 2, bro. It's like you gotta go quarterback. That's what everybody's saying. You gotta go. And it's like, you know what I mean? And that's what when it comes back to Sam Howell, it's like what you know about Sam Howell is somewhat what we've seen so far is longevity. The man got hit 60 times. You know how many quarterbacks that get hit and can't last that long? You know, yeah, it might have messed up his confidence and everything. We don't know because it might have been a whole lot of Eric Bieniemy scheme with Sam and not, you know, this and that. But Sam Howell's tough as nails, man. You want that as a quarterback. You want that. You know what I mean? So, oh man,
Uh,
I don't
he's
want us
tough.
to mess up this pick.
He's tough physically, but that mentality is,
Right.
and that's what you need. Also, they need to be a combination of both physical and mental, because
Yep.
literally, especially on the Ron Rivera team, you're out there like almost by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you got to have like that self esteem. Like, you know what? I am the shit. I need to say, like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I have confidence in that. And the way that, and I believe Eric Bieniemy, he had that confidence in Sam Howell too, because that's why he kept having him throw the damn ball. You know what I mean? So he
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
don't know if you know this, but Sam Howell has the most attempts in the league. Most
Yep.
attempts in the league. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So he threw the ball well more than anybody else in the league. And that if that doesn't show confidence from your offensive coordinator, I don't know what else will. You know what I mean?
Right.
Side note, you were talking about Leno. We would say 7.3 million if we traded or released Leno.
Mm.
6.5 if we traded or released Logan Thomas,
Mhm.
and Jonathan Allen. Just throwing it out there, we would save 9.4 million if we traded or released him. So
Yeah.
that's a substantial amount right there, and something that you got to think about. You know what I mean? Especially if
Yeah.
you respect the player and if you're going to release them. Like teams are starting to release players now. You know what I mean? So that right there, we need to start looking at like the possibility of seeing like some good players being released from their teams now. So it's a possibility we might pick up one of these players that's released from their teams in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. And like you said, them 3 guys, if we release them, man, we'll be in the 100 million cap range. So I mean, easily. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
easily.
All right, brother. Let's move on. Okay. We're just bringing up Sam Howell. So what about Sam Howell? Like, what do we do with them after this? After we select number 2, bro.
To be honest with you, he's still on the rookie deal. I would keep him. I would not get rid of him. I wouldn't trade him or anything like that. See what he can do. See what he can do in the Cliff Kingsbury offense. I mean, because again, it doesn't matter if you get picked if they pick quarterback in the first round. The backup is always going to battle for that first string spot. You feel what I'm saying? So, definitely keep him, bro, and see where it goes. See if cause he's 2 years left on his contract, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So definitely keep him. Don't let him go. At first, I was saying that. I think a few months back, I said that it might bring a little chaos and stuff like that. But nah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. But yeah, I would definitely keep him. He's cheap. You know what I mean? Obviously, you already know that he's a decent backup. You know what I mean? So he's gonna be fighting for that starting spot, and I hope he battles it out all the way through. So, what about you? What you think?
So I've always said it. I argue it all the time. Like people are saying, if you pick a quarterback at number 2, then you need to trade Sam Howell. Why? There's no reason.
Right.
Every team, especially every team that's in it, you need a backup. You know what I'm saying? And excuse me, you need a backup. You need a backup there. And honestly, say we don't even do well. You know what I mean? We and everybody's seen what Sam Howell can do. He like the first 10 weeks or so, the dude was number 1 in the league in passing yards. So why, like real talk, that's something. And there was going to be like we were conflicted. We were losing, but our quarterback was the one player doing his damn job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people seen what Sam Howell can do. Scenario time. Before the trade deadline, another a playoff caliber team like a Cleveland Browns needs a quarterback. Their starting quarterback all of a sudden can't play. Sam Howell's value automatically goes all the way up. We cannot not look at that and be like, right now, what can you get for Sam Howell? Maybe a fifth, maybe a fifth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But he will like, literally right before teams will sell their grandmamas for a quarterback if they lose their quarterback right before like that playoff time, the trade deadline time. And right there, if having a legitimate backup quarterback is not enough for you, the perfect time to trade him should be enough, should be that added bonus. Because right now you can't trade this man. And honestly, I wouldn't even say trade this man this year, but I'm just saying you may think about it when people come crying saying they need a quarterback, because honestly, I can't remember a time that a team did not need a quarterback before playoff time. You know what I'm saying? Before the trade deadline. And it just happens. It's a necessity, and people start looking and people get desperate. So we cannot, and honestly, that's power right there. Literally going from 5th to maybe a day 2 pick. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the reason why people are talking about trading him is because you remember we had Carson Wentz and Heineke was on the bench. But when Carson Wentz was messing up, what did you hear in them crowds? Heineke, Heineke. And to be honest with you, it hurts the starting quarterback. Wentz confidence went straight down to the floor. You know, if you're a quarterback and you hear that in the stadium and you know that you're struggling, man, that's tough. So let's say that we did get Drake May or Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, one of these guys, and they're struggling. Let's say it looks like they're not doing too good. You know, people are gonna yell out Sam Howell, and then they might lose the confidence in the starting role for that young rookie quarterback. You know, same thing. So I think that's the reason. I think that might be a big reason why people are saying about Sam Howell. But I don't know. I would keep him because I think he would be a perfect backup.
I don't disagree with you. That was one of my points before. I don't disagree at all. But that to me, you can't worry about that, especially on a team, especially with your coaches. You know what I'm saying? You can't worry about that. These are a lot. I'll tell you the truth. We have some of the dumbest fans, for real. Not talking about all of y'all. No, I'm not talking about all of y'all. But some of y'all. Some of y'all don't know what the hell you're talking about, okay? So, honestly, like you screaming out Heineke. Is Heineke starting yet? Yeah, exactly. So, what are you talking about? What are we talking about right now, okay? I've always said I've never liked Heineke. I never did. I never liked how he played. Go back to a few shows, man. Go back a few years. Every time everyone's talking about Heineke, throwing Heineke in, I was always just like, that man can't play. He can't see over the line. He just throws the ball up and says, "Fuck it, Terry's down there." Like literally, that's how the boy plays. Literally, that's how the boy plays, and it blows my mind. Like he's the lucky some bitch that I've ever seen. Luckiest some bitch I've ever seen, man. So I can't get with it. I can't get with it. So to me, I've never been a Heineke fan, and I
Mm.
do agree with what you're saying. It's like our team always our fans always go when we always lose confidence in our starters, and to me, it's just and some of them just don't understand that having this backup is a necessity in every on every team. Can you imagine? Just imagine, okay? If Tom Brady got hurt, do you know who his backup was?
Garoppolo, right?
Nope. No, not in New England, in Tampa Bay.
Oh my
When
bad,
he
you
won the
broke
Super
out. Say it
Bowl.
again. I said Garoppolo.
Not New England,
It,
in
it
Tampa
wasn't.
Bay. Do you know who his backup was?
Mm, no, I don't. Who was it?
Exactly. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. You need a backup. You need a backup. If Tom Brady got hurt, would they have won the Super Bowl?
Right. No. Mm.
You get what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, I was just trying to make a point, but I do know who the backup was. Blaine Gabbert.
Oh yeah. I do know Blaine. Yeah, I do know Blaine. Yeah. Mm.
Blaine Gabbert. When was the last time this man picked up a ball? You know what I'm saying?
And probably his years
Threw a
with
ball.
Jaguars, I'm sure.
Exactly, right? Like that's
Mhm.
like to me, that's just insane, man. Insane. And then you can't, and then like people will be real upset if we went to the season and didn't have a quality backup quarterback, especially with a rookie quarterback. You get what I'm saying? That it
Mhm.
doesn't make sense. So as much as I understand the point of rocking the starters confidence, you need a quality because it's on. Back in the day, it didn't matter who your backup was back in the day, but we're past that time. Now these boys are putting bodies on you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
you may not last the season, especially with our soft ass line. With our
Yeah.
soft ass line, we need a quality backup. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And backup quarterback is almost as important as your starter.
Yeah.
They're getting
Absolutely.
paid. They're getting paid a lot. Like they're starting to get paid money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really can't knock that, bro. So what you think about what I just said?
Yeah, bro. You definitely need a solid backup. I mean, you remember in the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl, Carson Wentz got injured that year. Who can't even think his name. My bad. I had it in my brain. Who was the guy that won the Eagles Super Bowl? Can't think of his name now. Oh, Nick Foles. Nick
Foles,
Foles
yeah.
comes in, right. A solid backup comes in, wins Super Bowl. The 49ers, what was it, last year, I think, or was it 2 years ago? I think it was last year,
Last
right? When Brock Purdy got injured, they didn't even have a backup. They didn't have a
they
good one.
did.
Oh, they did. I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry, but they got injured, and who was it? Because
it
I
was
know it
it
got
was
to the
Josh Johnson. It was Josh Johnson.
right.
He got hurt like the next drive, and then they had to then they and that's why they developed the third quarterback rule.
Yeah,
And because then they had Christian McCaffrey playing as quarterback, and that shit
yeah,
didn't work.
right. So I mean, you got to have a solid backup, and if you know if Sam Howell is the backup, we're good. I wouldn't get rid of him at all, and he's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays backups can be what 9 million to 10 million, and they just backups a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's cheap as I don't know what. You don't need to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to get rid of them. You want to see you want to see what our rookie quarterback can do, and if he ain't the answer, hopefully he's not. I mean, hopefully he is. I'm sorry, but if he's not, then Sam Howell, you know what you got in Sam Howell. So, who knows, man? If this still might be Sam Howell's team in the future, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad we got him. I don't want to get rid of him. I'm still a big fan of Sam. So,
Who was our backup last year?
Jacoby.
Percent. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
we paid him $8 million for 1 year.
right.
For 1 year,
That's right.
and we paid Sam Howell maybe $1 million too. Like, you
Maybe
get
not
what I'm
even.
saying? Like,
Right, right.
So, bro, like I think we on the same page. We're saying the same thing, bro. So our show is coming to an end, guys. So we keeping Sam Howell. That like me and Alyx already just came to that decision. I hope y'all can rock with it. If not, too damn bad. But we are rocking with Sam Howell with for the team next year until we get something better than a 5th round pick. Okay, Alyx, thanks for joining me on this journey, brother. I love doing the show with you. Guys, got anything else to say, Alyx?
Nah, man, I appreciate, Sean again for, putting us on. Ab, I love doing this with you, man. If we were getting paid doing this, man, this would be my job. I would love to do it every single day. But yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Much respect, man, and definitely can't wait to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Do y'all hear that, ESPN? Y'all hear that? We try to get paid, okay? Okay, we're trying to get paid. We got babies to take care of. Let's talk, okay? Bleacher Report. I'll do something with you too, bro. So just come holler at us. You know what I mean? I love doing this. I love talking. I love shooting this shit with you, bro. Like honestly, this feels natural. It feels good. Light skin power forever. You know what I'm saying? So everything is dope. I appreciate you guys for listening, for chiming in. Thank you. We'll talk to you next week. Whateva Washington out.
Yes, sir.